to the study of paralegal counseling. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo, and today we are starting the program of the course entitled Business and Law of Contract. This is the course that is in the diploma and bachelor's degree of paralegal counseling. As I said, this is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo. In this course, we are going to look at various things, and our focus is going to be um, on business law. So this course explores the intersection of business and contract law, including contract formation, performance, and enforcement in a business context. And in our objective, we are going to look at uh, how we are going to view on how we understand contract law principles in business transaction, and also we are going to look at analyzing contract formation and performance in commercial settings. We are also going to look at apply contract law remedies in business disputes, and also develop contract drafting and negotiation skills. Our course outline is going to include introduction to business and contract law, where we are going to look at an overview of business law, and also we are going to look at fundamentals of law of contract. We are also going to look at contract formation in business. This is where we are going to look at offer and acceptance in commercial transaction. Also, we are going to look at consideration and intention to create legal relationships. We're also going to look at in lesson 3, we will look at contract content and performance. And in this, we are going to look at terms and conditions in business contract, and we are going to look at payment and delivery obligations. In lesson 4, we are going to look at breach of contract and remedies, business contract breaches and excuses. We are also going to look at damages, specific performance, and injunctions in business contract. In lesson 6, we are going to look at special topics in business contracts, which is exemption clauses and limitation of liabilities. We are going to look at frustration and force majeure in business contracts. And finally, we are going to look at contract drafting and negotiations. And this is we are going to look at best practices in contract drafting and negotiation strategies techniques. This course is going to cover the class participation and attendance. It is going to get 20%. Then assignment and course studies is going to get 40%. Exams, assignment, and exam final assignments, it is going to give 30%, and contract drafting 10%. The text that we're going to use is the Business Law and Contracts by Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo, and additional resources. We are going to use online resources and tutorials. We are going to look at sample business contracts and case law, and also we are going to consult in the artificial intelligence. Now let's look at the overview of business law. When we talk about business law covers a lot of things, because when we look at business law, we are talking about business structures, we are looking at contract law, we are looking at employment law, intellectual property law, or business operations, and also we are looking at dispute resolutions and business ethics. Also, we look at international business law. So there are various things that we look at when we are talking about business. So business law itself covers a lot of things. But before we go into business, we need to understand, when we are by law, what we call a business, and what is business by law. So when we talk about business by law, we are talking about any transaction that is legally enforced, and a business organization, it is any business that has been that is duly registered. We cannot take these businesses that we do in communities and apply the business law, or we apply them as business structures. So we are going to look at business structures and the registration of businesses. Basically, there are six types of registration of businesses, and where in Zambia we use the what is called PACRA, which is Patent and Company. So the PACRA will register a business according to the objective of the business. There are different types of businesses, and each business attributes what they are supposed to do and what they are how the business is managed. So depending on how business is managed, it is going to indicate on how it is going to come out on a legal perspective. So when you are registering a business, you have to consider the sole proprietorship business, which is also called a business name. So the business name and the individual that is operating the business, they are not different. So the business name can be any business that don't have limited at the end. So these businesses can even be partnership business, whereby two people get into business and register a business name. Like I've got some business names like Tulipo Consultants, and there are also business names that I have like Pona Engineering and General Contractors. So those are business names. They are not limited companies. So in these companies, the person and the business, they are not separated, so they are called proprietorship or partnership. So when it comes to legal matters, one is able to represent himself in court by in these businesses. And also there are partnership businesses. It is almost the same. They are registered under business name. Now let's look at limited businesses. They are called limited liability businesses. So these are limited companies. So there are there are four types of limited companies. We have got what is called private limited company, public limited company, limited by guarantee, and the cooperative limited. So now when we look at these businesses, a private limited company, it's a company that has got shareholders from 2 to 50. And in this business, it is all about how much do you have, so that we may put our money together to do business. So those are called private business. And in private business, private limited companies, the directors are the people that have put in shares. Then we have got the public limited companies. The public limited companies are those companies that have that major capital, it is the assets, and they invite other people to put in money as a public company. Then we have got limited by guarantee. The limited by guarantee, these are non-profit businesses or charity businesses, or what is called trustees. So these businesses are businesses whereby you are operating a social business. It can be a church, it can be any other business that the profits are not meant to benefit the proprietors or the directors in that company. Then we have got the cooperative limited company, which is focuses on people as the major capital. So these are the six types of businesses that we have in Zambia. And the other topic, or the other subject that is seen in the in business law, it is the contract law. That is the offer and acceptance of business transactions and business contracts. Then consideration, capacity, legality, and contract types, express, implied, and bilateral, uh, bilateral, uh, unilateral, or unilateral. So these implied businesses, the contract on how the business is operated. Now, when you are doing business, remember that there is a second part, there is a third party. So, for example, if I'm selling something, there is a buyer. If I am offering some service, then there is also the person who should receive the service. Like I am teaching, so there are students that are receiving the teaching. So that becomes the contract, and in that contract there are four major things that makes a contract. That is offer and acceptance. So I'm offering these services and you need to accept. Then there is consideration. What are the requirements for you to get these, for you to get into my classes? So that is consideration. Then there is capacity. What has to be done? Then there is the legality and also all those that are needed. Then in business there are also employment law, that is labor law. Employment contracts, there is labor law, there is discrimination and harassment, there is termination and severance of employment. Then also it looks at intellectual properties, that is patents, that is the patent. It is whereby you come up with maybe a product and you register it so that it is protected by law and nobody should be able to duplicate that. Then there is also trademarks. There are also what is called copyrights, then trade secrets. So those are intellectual properties which needs to be understood as in business. Then there are business operations, then there are business licenses and permits, which needs to be understood as you as a person that is a legal personnel or a legal counselor. You need to understand the business licenses. You need to understand also taxation, the income tax, sales tax, and all those taxation which are legally enforced. Then there are insurances which needs to be also understood. You need to understand insurances in business operations. They need compliance and regulations. Then also you are in business, there are also what is called dispute resolution. That is litigation, arbitration, mediation, and negotiation. So these also, they are very important in business law. Then we have also what is called business ethics, where we look at corporate social responsibility. We also look at business integrity. We look at compliance with laws and regulations. Then whistleblower protection. Then we also have what is called international business law, which is international trade law, export import regulations, foreign color practices, and also international arbitration. Thank you so much. So now, when we our course is just going to focus on a law of business contract. So we are going just to focus on business law and contracts. So in this course, we will just focus on how business should be run, on how business and law intermarry. So that is all what we are going to look at. As we have looked at in the course outline, we are going to look at understanding the contracts, law principles, and business, analyzing contract. So our course is focused on contract. Thank you so much. And God bless you. I want to believe that you are going to enjoy this course, and by the end of this course, you'll be able to articulate contract matters and business matters. Thank you so much, and God bless you.